Every time Kentucky loses, it's because they're getting outcoached. Kentucky with another terrible loss yesterday at Texas against Texas. Texas isn't a good basketball team, but wait, they let one player score 34 points with no defensive adjustments. How does that happen? In a college basketball game, 40 minutes, two halves, how does one player score 34 points? Inexcusable. Kentucky goes down again because their defense can't show up, they're inconsistent, and they're losing to bad teams. They'll beat all the good teams, but if they play a bad team, it's an automatic L. Doesn't make any sense. Kendrick Lamar just went on a run for 6 months straight. He was played on every radio station, every party, every DJ at every club was turning him on. He went to the Super Bowl. He was everything. All it took was one Drake album to make everybody forget about Kendrick Lamar. Drake dropped one album and we forgot everything that Kendrick did because Kendrick music isn't catchy. He was on a run. He won a rap beef. But when you talk about making real music, Drake is always the GOAT. Drake is always the GOAT. Drake's been around for 19 years and he's still dropping new flavors. Nokia is a song like we've never heard of before. Drake's been in the game forever, reinventing the game over and over and over. And 19 years in, he's given us something like we've never heard. Like, come on. What can you ask of this man? Kendrick can't do that. Everything Kendrick drops, we've basically heard before, or a rendition of. Mark Pope won't last 2 years in Lexington. I guarantee it. After this year, if Kentucky doesn't succeed in the tournament, Kentucky fans will give him a second year, a second opportunity. And then next year, once they see what he does with good recruits and returning players, he'll be gone. Mark Pope doesn't have the resume or the DNA to be the Kentucky basketball head coach. Even when he was hired at Kentucky, he had never won a conference tournament game and he had never won an NCAA tournament game. And he got hired at the best school in the entire country to be the head coach. Now, I understand that he played here. I understand that he was a great player. I have a lot of respect for Mark Pope. He's a great guy. But when you talk about X's and O's, Mark Pope doesn't deserve to be the head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats. Every game that Kentucky loses is because they're getting out coached. It's not going to change this year. It's not going to change next year. Mark Pope is a project, and Kentucky doesn't have time for projects. We want the best coach in the nation right now. Mac McClung saved the dunk contest, and the crazy part is that McClung is coming up from the G League. He's made $100,000 in 3 years for his NBA salary, and he's made $304,000 for his entire dunk contest earnings. Meaning he's earned 3 times more money in the dunk contest than he has his entire G League salary. If I was Mac McClung, I would go overseas and make a lot of money. If you guys have noticed, overseas basketball is becoming more popular than guys staying in the G League nowadays because the G League is a waste of time. G League players get paid $40,000 as their NBA salary, and that's only for the 3 months that they're playing basketball. For the rest of the year, they're not getting paid. Meaning that if you're a G League player, you might play a whole NBA season and get paid $15,000. That's insane. So guys have been going overseas to China, Germany, EuroLeague, and they've been making the big bucks. And that's been a big trend recently. So keep your eye on that and notice that not only is the NBA not good with viewership at the top level, but the lower ranks of the NBA are struggling as well to even keep good talent in the league. That's a problem.